Yeah, baby. Let's see. There we go. So how are you guys doing today?
Good, man. Just busy. Still playing catch up on Darm.
Yeah, we didn't make it up for that. How was it?
It was my best conference ever.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we have quite a bunch of conferences coming up. I'm sure everyone does.
Yeah, I've been to how many? This is her third. Was the third Darm? Was it?
Or third or fourth? Yeah.
Fourth, yeah. It's always a good show.
I'm glad it's getting more and more focused, like these breakout conferences focused on specific, like this one is data, you know?
Yeah. Looks like we have a few people jumping on now. Welcome, everyone. Wait a couple minutes for everyone to jump on in.
It is starting to get a little bit cooler, at least in Austin. I don't know about you guys.
You know, I grew up in Wisconsin and moved to Alabama,
Oh.
so it's always hot here compared to, you know, I'm trying to assimilate, but it's still struggling. It's humid.
Hey, but Wisconsin in the winter.
There's a reason I live at the beach now. I mean, I don't mind not shoveling snow. I can sweep sand any day.
I had to shovel snow for the first time in my life 2 years ago in Austin. Actually, last year, when Texas had a freak snowstorm. It was amazing. My house was actually ski in, ski out.
Oh, wow. Looks like some more people jumping on. For those of you joining us today, thank you. We really appreciate it. I'm going to give the others a couple more minutes just to join. Kick off in about a minute or two. Yeah, I lived in the South long enough that I was supposed to go to the MTS conference last year, and it was up in Whistler or something like that. And I don't have that wardrobe anymore to go up there, so I had to go buy everything new because I froze. So
that's funny.
All right, what time we got here?
Couple minutes past.
Yeah, looks like we still have a couple people jumping on. Should we kick off and kind of do our introductions and go from there? Give people a couple seconds to join on.
Yeah, that works.
Sounds good. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. First off, we are recording this session, so if you have any questions or anything, feel free to put them in the chat or in the questions. Otherwise, everyone is muted. So just a little bit of the housekeeping thing. And then as for me, I'm Lee Kramer. I'm the Director of Sales and Revenue Growth with NextPax. I know some of you and have worked with some of you before, and some of you have not. It looks like we have some new names joining the webinar who aren't currently working with NextPax, so it's always great to see people join webinars like this, and great. And joining me today, I have some a great one of our partners and some friends of mine, the Hopper team. We got John and Trilock over there, and we'll meet with them in a minute. But from my perspective, I've been with NextPax for 4 years, and the Director of Sales and Revenue Growth in North America. And prior to joining NextPax, I was a property manager myself for about 12 years. So know that side of the industry very well here in Gulf Shores where I live. Turn it over to the Hopper team and let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Lee. My name is Trilok Mahadevia. I've been with Hopper a little over 2 months, so pretty new, but not new to the vacation rental space. I've been in this space for 4 years. Prior to this, I worked at Verbo in a very similar role, managing and working with connectivity providers like NextPax. So really excited to be here and talking to you about Hopper. Over to you, John.
Yeah, hi, my name is John Stokinger. I'm Senior Business Development here at Hopper Homes. I joined Hopper Homes back in October, and I was as the first sales hire. And we're excited for this partnership with NextPax. It's been going on for a little bit now, and excited to share what we're doing here at Hopper. Previous to Hopper, I spent a couple of years as a senior solutions consultant for Track, and I guess I'm on my 6th, 7th year in the industry. So nice to meet you all.
All right. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you guys joining us today. So we'll kick off and cover a little bit about NextPax before we turn it over to the Hopper team to go over some things on that side of things. So first off, NextPax has been in the connectivity space since 2006 in vacation rentals. Currently, we have 3 locations. Our headquarters in the Netherlands. Our USA team is based out of Salt Lake City. And then we also have a team in Singapore. Overall, we have roughly 1 million properties on our platform right now. That includes hotel rooms alongside the vacation rentals. So really, we drive towards efficiency and automation overall with that. And then, so we look at ourselves as a full service channel manager. And what that boils down to is 2 aspects: real-time connectivity, both up and down. So from the property management system to the channel and back, all the content, the rates, availability, descriptions, photos, everything like that. And then bringing the reservations back into the system. And then part 2 of that, of being a full service channel manager, is the support we bring. We have teams that have your back, act as an extension of your own team and part of your marketing team to help you succeed. Just jumping forward a little bit of back and forth. When we jump into our features, that's where the connectivity side of things gets pretty interesting. As I mentioned earlier, it's always 2-way connectivity. We try to automate this as much as possible. So once we are connected to the property management software and get the credentials, we can typically onboard a property manager within an hour or 2, and that's with all the content feeding into our system. At maximum, it takes up to 24 hours on most cases. Then we do the data reviews and things like that to make sure everything's coming over. We take your taxes, fees, rental rates, and if you're able to do occupancy-based pricing, we can do that. We handle various types of inventory, single key level clusters, unit type, or hotel style inventory. We're multilingual, multi-currency, a lot of multi things. And the list goes on and on, really. So we do a lot of really cool things on that side of it. The other part of the connection goes to various channels. And like with Hopper, they can really consume that content and pull it from us almost immediately once we have it in our system and everything's enabled. So whether you're working with Hopper or other channels, we take care of updating the content, building the properties on the channels, and then coordinating with them to make sure everything's successful. And then jumping over, just a brief overview of kind of the data flow business models. And this is a quick look at some of the property management systems we connect to. They're in no particular order. Some are geared towards the international or European managers, and then others more towards the US. So anyone really using any of these, it's pretty easy to connect to NextPax. And then some quick benefits of working with us. We have a proven track record. We have over 1 million properties distributing with us with every major distribution channel. And we do a lot of transactions, a lot of content and synchronization, a lot of relationships back and forth with our partners. Obviously, we've been doing this for a long while and it works well. I can pretty confidently say that we have the highest degree of automation in the vacation rental channel distribution space. And our motto is really, if it can't be automated, we shouldn't be doing it. So obviously there are some things you can't automate, but whenever it's possible, we do it. Our goal is to make things as efficient as possible for you, reduce your staffing costs, and overall our model is purely performance-based. So we look at ourselves as an extension of your team, because if you can't succeed, we aren't. And on the other hand, if we're not successful, or if we're successful, so are you. Obviously, accuracy of data is paramount as of importance. And then one thing that I feel that really sets us apart is our excellent service and support. Our target is to respond to any inquiries that come in same day. And, some can be resolved immediately. And, others may take a day or two, depending on the complexity or onboarding or whatever the issue may be. And then, sorry, my daughter's trying to join. I promised to keep this side short, so short and sweet. So I'm going to turn it over to John and Trilock and let them kind of jump in and discuss what Hopper's doing.
Thanks a lot, Lee.
Turn it over to you.
Awesome. Let me just share my screen here. All right. Can you see my screen?
We got you.
Awesome. So again, thanks, Lee. And, good afternoon, NextPax property managers. Given NextPax's world-class channel management solutions and performance on other channels, we chose to make them one of our first channel manager integrations, and are really excited about this partnership's potential. Today, we're going to talk about why and how you can take advantage of this partnership and new connection. So if you have any questions, please add them in the Q&A chat, as you can see on the Zoom dashboard, and we will answer them during the session and also live after we finish our slides. So we already went through our intro, so I'll skip this slide, but you can see our lovely faces there. So we have a simple and really straightforward agenda. Our goal is to essentially showcase how we are a different OTA, why you should care, the benefits of listing early on Hopper Homes, and how you can get started today. So let's jump in. So how is Hopper different? We agree to help customers, so we aspire to help customers travel better. What does that mean? We want to delight them across the customer journey. We want to make it fun and engaging for them to use our app. We want to give them great travel options at a great price. We want to give them flexibility to help really reduce travel anxiety, especially during these uncertain times through our fintech products, which I'll get into. We want to have super responsive customer support and ultimately provide a truly unique customer experience. And through this presentation, hopefully we can convince you that we are working towards that. So a quick fact sheet on Hopper. We have the largest closed user group in North America with almost 80 million app users, and we're adding many users every month. The key word here is closed user group. This means that these travelers rarely use other travel apps to book travel. So really, really important in terms of future growth and potential. Also, we have booked a lot of travel over the last few years, and we forecast to sell even more in the next few years, almost 4.5 billion in travel and travel-related financial services across flights, hotels, and other different verticals in 2022. Now, in the pandemic, we actually grew more than other OTAs, and it was fueled largely because of these financial products, which I'll get into. Also, we have trusted investors. We've raised almost $600 million of capital. These investors have invested in many other successful startups, but they all have one thing in common. They all are product driven and are trying to really disrupt the industry. So we're proud to have them as part of our team. And finally, we really, really revolve around data. We've been around for a while, for a decade almost, and you must be wondering, what has this company been doing for so long? we've been collecting data and making and building a really awesome disruptive travel technology app. Our predictive, our algorithms process almost trillions of data points, allowing us to make really unique and personalized travel recommendations. And here on the slide, you actually see a snapshot from our website where we have a live counter of how many apps are installed, how many dollars are saved by customers by using our products and solutions, how many notifications are sent with the engagement with travelers, and finally, how many trips have been booked. So hopefully that proves to you that we are super data driven. So with this data, we started with flights. So just taking a trip back in time, we started with flights, which today is our leading revenue generator, but soon launched hotels, which is already doing really good, almost 1.8 billion in annual hotel sales. And then we launched cars, and this is why we're here today, is to talk about homes. So having this variety of options for travelers really makes our app sticky and drives loyalty. Another reason we're different is that each vertical you see over here is truly run like its own business. And why is that important? We all have our independent roadmaps. Working at other OTAs, I can tell you that sometimes politics and red tape can really hamper progress, especially when it comes to product roadmaps. We are extremely nimble. We're a startup within a startup. We're a private company, and we have laser focus. And we'll get into that in a bit.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to add to what Trilok said there. Both Trilok and I came from companies that are doing well in the space. They're reputable companies that are making splashes and doing things. And we both chose to come to Hopper because of the energy and what we're doing and where we're going with this. Behind the scenes stuff we can't talk about now. It's mind blowing what Hopper is going to be bringing to this space, and we're so enthusiastic and absolutely all in, and we're so excited to share what we're doing. That's about it.
Thanks,
Back
John.
to you, Trilok.
Thanks. Yeah. So now that you've heard the word app a lot, right? Let's get geeky for a bit. So this slide kind of takes you through some of the data associated with apps. We're proudly app first. We focus on organic, social, and app store growth mostly. That's why our marketing budgets are almost 1/40th of other OTAs. That gives us a lot of leverage to spend on more important things like products and hiring the best people. With this approach, we're capturing a new audience, which is mobile first. I'm sure you've seen across the new Gen Z, the new generation is definitely mobile first. And you can see that our efforts in the number of monthly active users that we get, which is a really important metric for anything to do with apps. We're on the chart on the left, you'll see we're surpassing Airbnb in total app installs, and also pacing to be the number one downloaded app in 2022. Also, we were already in 2021. We're projecting 36 million downloads in this year. So this will put us way past our competition, but also at par with other industry leaders like Walmart and Amazon. So really, really exciting times for our app. So let's talk about loyalty a bit, because having stickiness to the app is really important to have engagement with travelers and make them basically not leave your app and use it for everything you do with travel. Hopper has its own version of loyalty points, and surprise, it's called Carrot Cash. This has been a huge driver in conversion, and you can see that just a $5 credit in air travel or a $10 credit in hotels and car can increase conversion to almost 60%. So we use it a lot to drive conversion, but also engagement. As we mentioned in the special promotion, the first, in our marketing emails to all of you, the first 10 partners to actually sign up with Hopper will receive a nice little bonus of Carrot Cash. And I'll give you some insight into our awesome app, and we'd love to get your feedback once you get on it. So wrapping this section up, we want to be a travel super app. What does that mean and why is it important, right? We feel that a super app should be easy to use, have a great selection of travel options at a great price, have aspects of gamification. What does that mean? We want travelers to have fun while booking travel, and also want it to be super sticky. And we do that by, as I mentioned, having Carrot Cash, creating that loyalty with that in-app currency. And that's what's important because that drives future bookings inside the app. So let's get to Hopper Homes. What made us launch this division? Hopper surveyed almost 60%, Hopper surveyed a lot of users, and 60% of them said they want to book a vacation rental as their next accommodation. Add to that, there was a lot of obvious demand in this segment. Current OTAs were not meeting traveler and PMC expectations. So this really prompted us to think about, hey, I'm sure Hopper can build something better. And this is why we built an awesome team and are really going at rocket speed. If you think about it, the new post-pandemic traveler and property manager and owner need a new and different vacation rental OTA. That's what we felt at all our conferences. John can speak to this too, is they're ready for a change. And that's why when we had the new kid on the block, they're like, okay, what can you do differently? And the things we're going to do differently is really help you be competitive. There's a lot of new supply coming online. That's why we work at getting you the best price on our platform. We're going to offer flexibility to travelers and also to property managers, as these are uncertain times. You're going to need a responsive, data-driven, super customer-centric product team. And our team, just to give you an example, our product team conducts a lot of custom interviews and runs experiments on absolutely everything. Just to give you an example of how nimble they are and awesome they are, it took them almost just 3 months to build an entire marketplace, the homes marketplace, with just 2 supply integrations and 3 engineers. So a lot more exciting stuff to come from that team. And just generally as a team, as John said, we're super customer centric. We hire the best. We have fun, and most importantly, we learn from the past OTA's mistakes and want to do things differently. So now I'm going to dive into, a little bit more on double click on a few of the topics I've been talking about, and also talk about how this will benefit you in the long run by joining us early. Some of you might have seen a dip in occupancy levels. 2021 is going to be a hard year to beat. Also post-pandemic, with current events, these are uncertain times. So we are super optimistic at Hopper, but we quickly realize that travel has changed. And so, for the post-pandemic traveler, we want to build innovative products and partnerships to really meet the new travelers' needs and really increase that certainty with not only travelers, but also property managers. By joining us early, you're going to be really hedging your bets and getting a head start on a disruptive marketplace. So let's dive in. These are 4 reasons to join us early. The first one is getting access to new high long-term value customers. So these are customers that join our platform now, but it's you'll see in future slides that they are a younger generation. But that means because of the captive user base we have and the stickiness of our apps, you'll have a higher long-term value from that same customer booking on our platform. Secondly, we, as mentioned, we acquire our customers in a different way than from traditional OTAs. We have 1/40 of the marketing budget, and we don't interfere with your direct marketing strategy. We strive to increase your conversion with our risk-based products. I'm going to get into that a bit, but the fintech products really makes us different from other OTAs. And finally, our strategic partnerships, for example, with Capital One, which I'll get into, will automatically tee up your listings to get a lot of eyeballs from affluent repeat travelers. And there's a good complementary user base there with our existing user base on Hopper. So who books on Hopper, right? Being an app-first marketplace, our core audience is going to be that app-friendly demographic. We're primarily used by Gen Z and millennial females, with almost 70% of our bookings coming from users under the age of 35. So this signals to a lot of trust in our app, amongst the younger generation. And also, since these users have already been using Hopper for a while, they have history, they're already pre-verified for the homes marketplace. So listing on Hopper gives you access to a new captive demographic and will really increase your occupancy and give you access to these long-term value customers. Now, on the flip side, we have another user base that will be available to you all soon with your help. It's extremely complementary to the existing demographic. but it's a little different. So Capital One users are more affluent customers. They are more likely to be in their 40s and 50s. They have more purchasing power, as you can see with the stats here, almost 170K in annual income, book a lot of trips per year, high card spend, and a pretty decent household size, which means more rooms booked and a higher average daily rate. So together, we aim to really give you security and diversity with these two different demographics. So just jumping on that acquiring customers differently track, unlike our competition, we don't rely on paid search, Google, meta search. Instead, we acquire customers, organically, a lot of organic growth there and through social media. So you'll see on these charts over here, Booking.com, Expedia, a huge part of that pie, the blue part is through this light blue part is through web search. But we have almost no web search. It's almost all organic and social. So, we really utilize our funds better compared to other OTAs into things that really push customer-centric actions on our end. So this is one of my favorite slides because it really speaks to how we are being different and disruptive in this industry. The reason why we were able to outgrow and our competition by almost 112% during the pandemic was by offering flexible fintech products to really increase conversion during these uncertain times. So offering things like price prediction, price freeze, cancel for any reason, disruption protection. I'm sure a lot of y'all who've been traveling for holidays have faced some kind of disruption, especially as you go internationally or across the US. And also pay later installments. So, this helps the younger generation really, still be able to afford trips. This is all coming to Hopper Homes soon, but with your help, as we grow together, we'll build a business case to really build this and build this quicker from the Hopper team. And our main aim is to make sure you assume no financial risk. So really great things coming from the fintech team. So talking about strategic partnerships, Capital One is one of our biggest strategic partners. By joining us early, you will get access to this, again, that complementary user base I was talking about. And this is a key part of that diversification we're talking about, where you automatically get qualified by listing with us and get access to a different user base. So what's important about this is, this is the fastest growing credit card travel portal in the Americas, and we are the exclusive travel agency for them. So we help them build that travel portal. Their members spend almost 40 billion per year on travel. We built it, we host it, it's co-branded. Only Hopper controls what goes into that portal, and what can go into that soon will be your properties. It has 40 million cardholders. They have to log in through their bank in order to access the travel portal. It's really simple to use. I use it. It's very easy. You can actually see the Hopper interface over there, and it's much better UI than other travel portals that you might use, like Chase or Marriott. And just continuing from that, this portal is growing immensely. So we plan to be one of the top 5 sellers of travel by 2023. And a big part of that is through these strategic partnerships. So you'll see just from 2020, when there was no portal, to 2021, we had portal travel bookings. In 2022, it's almost 50% of our bookings, and 2023 expected to increase. So a lot of growth there, which we're really excited about. So you must be wondering, you've been talking about Hopper and all these awesome products. How has Homes been doing so far? You've launched since Jan. How's it been going? Hopefully these stats give you some confidence that this will be a valuable platform for you. And we're investing in our growth and by hiring the best. And this is just the beginning. With partners like you, this is bound to go up. So you'll see that our ADRs are around $268, which is really healthy. Average order value, $946. A good length of stay to fill up your calendars. And we have steady demand increase. So almost 1.72 million VR destinations have been searched on Hopper, and more than 800,000 listings have been viewed. This is just since Jan. So imagine where we're going to go from here, right? And we have captive users. What does that mean? So 50% of Hopper users are not shopping on other OTAs. That is huge. That means that they're loyal to us and they want to book travel on Hopper. And finally, through direct supply, through these partnerships with NextPax and other providers, your listings will get higher exposure because that's what we've been seeing on our app. So our team is growing. John is one of the OGs who started in May of 2021, and now we're almost 50 plus. So really exciting times. So wrapping this section up, there's a lot of upside here. If you join us as an early partner today, you're going to get early adoption. You're going to get a head start in rankings. You're going to be able to diversify your revenue mix and also reduce dependency on other OTAs. Early adoption gives you high visibility. You'll be one of the first PMs on our platform, building that ranking, building that performance on our platform, and helping us improve. So by being first, you get access to our new features, but can also give us feedback on what we need to build to really make an awesome OTA for vacation rentals. And finally, as mentioned, you will get access to that Capital One portal and other partnerships that we're going to bring on. This is just to give you an example of who are the other partners that have joined up with us. We signed up with a lot of leading PMCs in North America. And we really want you to be a part of this early group of adopters. You'll see some familiar names there that are already using NextPax, who are really excited about this partnership. And hopefully this gives you confidence that, hey, this will be a right move for me by joining this exclusive group of partners. So let's get into a little bit about how this is going to work through NextPax. There's some quick prerequisites here. We're right now focusing on North American inventory. So mostly that means accepting US currency. We don't accept anything longer than 28 nights. So we're trying to focus on that segment for now, which is less than 28 nights. And this won't be an issue for most of you on this webinar, but we're focusing primarily on VR inventory. We don't do shared spaces. We want entire homes. We want kitchens. We want them to have a true VR experience, and we want them to be instant bookable, which means high conversion, and travelers want to just get access to the best selection fast and book their travel as quickly as possible. So another way we do things differently is using a net rate model. And how this works is, we want to offer travelers the most competitive price, right? And we do this not by charging you a commission, but by asking you to drop your rates by a little bit, and then applying a dynamic calculated markup with the aim to really make you win bookings. So just an example over here, if the $100 is the rate on your direct site, you have an option of choosing 5 to a 10% discount. And then we apply a dynamic markup, comparing your prices to other OTAs and making sure we have the best price to the traveler. We assure you that the final price will never be lower than your direct website. So a little more on the commercial terms, we work on a net rate model where the merchant of record. We charge the guest and provide you with a virtual credit card. We will be coming out with an ACH feature, which you're used to on other OTAs very soon, but this is how we work currently. And this is the easy part. We assume your current cancellation policy. So this makes it really easy for you to onboard on the Hopper. So for existing NextPax users, it's really easy. Reach out to Lee. He and his team will enable your listings in NextPax dashboard. We'll give you access to a connection form. It takes you less than 2 minutes to sign up, and that'll put you in queue with our onboarding team. And it'll take you 1 to 3 days to get onboarded. And it's really easy. It's very low touch. We only reach out to you if we really need something from you. But basically what we're trying to do in those 3 days, 1 to 3 days, is to make sure your listings are ready to go and will convert once they go live on Hopper. And throughout this journey, you will get the support required. We have a very responsive team who want to see you live as soon as possible. If you're not yet connected to NextPax, please reach out to Lee. He'll set up make you sign the channel agreement. And then the steps are very similar. So you sign the agreement with NextPax, you get enabled, sign up with Hopper, and you can get onboarded. And we have some really favorable terms for any new users who want to join NextPax. So just some details on what you need to do to sign up. There's a link to a form over here, which we'll provide to you after the call too, and you get access to this presentation. And also, if you want to connect, if you want to learn more or have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can book some time with John through this link and hear what he has to say. So with that, we're going to open up to Q&A. So please drop your questions in the chat and we'll answer them live. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining this presentation. Great job, Trilok. One thing I just wanted to add to this, in Trilok covered everything, but the thing that the big differentiator, and one of the many big differentiators that we have is, there are some OTAs in the news right now that are getting bad rep for not necessarily being host friendly. I spent the first 3 months here with Hopper reaching out to property managers like yourselves and say, hey, how do we build an OTA that doesn't suck? Like, how do we build that? And so, think of, what happens when a booking happens. So a booking happens on Hopper, great. We have a direct, we have a connection through NextPax to your property management software. Excellent. Your calendar's blocked off. You're going to get an email saying, hey, or notification saying, hey, Joe Smith with this phone number, with this email just booked with you. And we're handing the communication over to you. So you can then go ahead and reach out to them and, in the terms in Hopper on the app, it's going to say, this property is managed by, Acme, or, insert your property management name here in the app. You're going to have now communication with the guest. You're going to be able to go ahead and send your rental agreement. You're going to be able to send your pet policies and get them to sign that. You're going to be able to curate that experience for us. That's not our job. Our job is to make sure you're getting bookings. Our job is to make sure you're getting paid, and we're to do it accurately. But we're not here to replace you. We're here as a tool to help you. So I think that's kind of we're not worried about losing bookings for you to go ahead and getting them to book direct with you. We're not masking that information. We'd rather give you the tools to create a greater guest experience. So yeah, I guess that's it for me here. Any questions?
We do have a few questions coming in for you guys. I don't know if you can see them on your side, John Trilok.
I'm not seeing them, so I don't know where.
All right. So we have first one here. How do you determine that the app users are closed users?
How the app users are closed users. So a closed user just means that we're not competing with your marketing dollars. So because we're an app only product, where you're not going to see us, say you're in, Anna Maria Island, right? You're not going to see Hopper competing with your marketing dollars as like, hey, book Hopper and Anna Maria Island vacation rentals. We're not doing that. We're an app and app only. So potentially the eyes that are in our app looking at your property on our app have never, they might have never seen your inventory before. So that's the difference between closed user group and, if we were pushing to say web as well, it wouldn't be a closed user group. It's different.
Yeah. In other words, they're not using any marketing dollars to spend on Google ads or things like that to bid against your keywords and things like that too. We have another one. Can you please explain fintech a little bit more?
Sure. Fintech, financial technologies, things like price freeze, buy now, pay later, cancel for any reason. These are fintech, things. These are things that people can go ahead and purchase through our app to make their user experience better, to give them that peace of mind that they're taken care of through their whole journey. An example of a fintech product that is currently in use, say in our hotels, is like a cancel for any reason. So I'll do a quick example. It's today you decide you want to go ahead and book a hotel in New York City over the holidays. You want to catch a couple shows and see Rockefeller Center and see the Rockettes or whatever over the holidays. So $700 night booking. You're on the app. You book 2 nights, and then up pops, hey, Hopper has made this cancel for any reason for an additional, say, $75 a night. So you're thinking about it, it makes sense. It's a few months out. Maybe something will come up. Maybe we'll catch a cold. Who knows? We want the peace of mind to cancel for any reason. So you go ahead and say, sure, All right, so who wins? Well, Hopper wins right there because we just made $115 off you, right? But you also win because you can cancel for any reason. And the hotel in this situation also wins because they're paid in full right at the beginning. Now you decide to cancel because something came up. It doesn't really matter. So what happens then? You cancel. The hotel's fine. They can just rebook. They've already been paid in full. Hopper, we're out that that booking, but it's okay. And you obviously can cancel your thing. Now, the cool thing with us is as the guest, you have a couple options. You have the ability to either get refunded 80% back on your credit card, or you have the opportunity to get 100% back in Carrot Cash. So you win, we win because we retained you as a guest. You win because you're 95% chance you're going to take the 100% of the money refunded, and you're going to use it in the future with us for a flight, a hotel, a car, or a home. So I hope that answered an example of what fintech is. And it doesn't replace your cancellation policies. It doesn't do any of these things. It's just in addition to it. The risk is 100% on us. We're betting that you're not going to cancel. And these fintech things that we're doing in these other verticals, we will be bringing to homes in the future once we get the data that makes sense for it. Right now, we don't have enough data to go ahead and calculate the risk of making, say, a vacation rental in PCB cancel for any reason yet. So that's why we don't have these fintech options in homes yet, but they will be coming once we acquire more data. Okay, I'm looking at the answers. I was in a different world. Please explain a little. We did that. With high numbers and app downloads, how many of those downloads are actually result in bookings? Great question, Emma. It depends on your market. Truly, we have tier one like we classify markets as different tiers. And it depends on your market and depends on the inventory you're providing with us. The nice thing is if you're already working with NextPax, you're not paying additional money to go ahead and get your inventory listed on Hopper. So it doesn't matter. Let's show that inventory anyways. Things that are crushing for us right now are 2 to 5 bedroom, 2 to 5 people staying, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1 to 4 bedrooms. Those are doing well. The harder things, I think, it's not a bad thing, but today that like the giant, beachfront mansions that are $5,000 a night, that today isn't necessarily our traveler. With that said, once this Cap One partnership happens, we're expecting that demographic will change because we saw in both in all the other verticals. When Cap One turned on, we saw an exponential growth in not only bookings, but in length of stay and amount spent. So, sorry, Philip.
I was going to say, just to give you an example, I think what I'm trying to get to is the conversion, right? And just to give you insight, in August, our conversion was almost close to 0.7%, which is listing views to booking, which just from experience at Verbo is really high. So we're already seeing really good traction on our platform.
All right. I'm going down here. What rate increase on converted to actual bookings? There we go. During initial setup, a test verification was created, and my personal credit was due. I had to call and have it canceled.
I got that one.
Okay.
Yeah, Maurice, your account manager will reach out to you on that question.
All right, perfect. How do guests earn Carrot Cash? Someone signs up to Hopper, initially you're going to be given $5 to $10 in Carrot Cash just for signing up. Additionally, it's based on how you get a percentage of, say I book a flight and I'm going to get, whatever that percentage is on the flight. There's different, sometimes we'll run bonuses and accelerators on different trips, but it's always a percentage of what you're spending, you're going to earn back in Carrot Cash. And then sometimes there's different promotions where you're going to get a discounted Carrot Cash or more Carrot Cash, or hey, if you go ahead and book a flight to these markets, we're offering $50 in Carrot Cash towards that. It's all in-app driven, and it's to go ahead and push engagement and excitability. Can you please confirm the average age of your app user? Yes, app-friendly demographic. It's anywhere from I had comparable to Airbnb. Like that's the easiest way to say it. And I hate even mentioning the word, but it's comparable to that.
I think on one of our charts, John, it said like this 25 to 34. That is the core area. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. How does it affect the PM getting paid and the amount? The PM is paid a net -5 all day and every day plus taxes and fees. So back to that, no matter what's going on. So back to that $100 a night example. This is easy math, right? It's listed at $100 on your website. You push it to Hopper through NextPax at $95. Say we mark it up 10%, right? We'll mark it up 10%. And so on Hopper, it'll be listed for $104.50. We'd pay you the $95 plus taxes and fees on that booking. Hopper would make $9.50 on that one night booking. But again, it costs you cost. We just ask you to discount it. No. Yeah, and you're paid on booking. So so you don't have to wait until check-in. You're paid on booking. I think we answered. Oh no, here we go. When you say users are booking elsewhere, how do you know? We know based on surveys we put out to them. They say, and it's I guess you can lie in a survey, but why would you, right? We survey all of our users, and this data we get is our millions and millions of users. We're getting these questions are asked of we ask them these questions, and they're like, no, I book everything I ever book is through Hopper. That's kind of how we know this. And how do you save guest money? We save them money with our in-app deals and stickiness. By making sure they're booking the lowest prices on their flights. And back to what Trilok said at the beginning of the presentation, with 95% accuracy, we predict flight prices. So I mean, that's where our bread and butter, that's how everything was started, back in 2008 was, you couldn't even book on our site. It was just a way that you would know when this is the best absolute time to save you money, book now, or book within the next couple hours, because in 2 days it's going to go up. So we know that we have more data than anyone else. So that's one way we save guest money. The other way is, we're asking you to drop it 5%. Whereas other OTAs and other distribution options are saying, hey, we're going to charge you 12%. Now you as a property, or whatever that percentage is, now you as a PM are going to go, there's no way we're eating that. We're going to go ahead and cover it. We're going to add this additional charge to cover that. And so now you're looking at, everyone knows that you can save money by booking direct, right? Well, with us, it's only going to be a couple dollars more than booking direct, or a couple percentages more than booking direct, whereas the other OTAs are not. So if they're not booking direct and they're on an OTA, we are by far will be the least expensive option. Just give us a little bit of time.
And also through Carrot Cash, right? By engaging with the app more, they keep getting Carrot Cash, which can be used towards future bookings. So that's how we save guest money also.
Hey, Terry, we'll reach out.
I actually just booked a flight through Hopper and used some of my Carrot Cash, so it's wonderful.
Thanks, Lee.
All right. I think everything. Hey, thanks so much, all. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking the time today. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself, John, or the NextPax support team, onboarding team. They'll be able to assist you with anything you need.
Yeah, and I just posted the link to sign up and also book some time with John in the chat. You'll also get that after this webinar. And again, really, thanks a lot, Lee, for setting this up. Really excited about this partnership, and hope to see a lot of you live in Hopper soon.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.